don't stop with the game time. We don't. You're now tuned into the Detailed Digit Podcast. Go get your favorite.
Let me see here real quick. Alrighty.
This is the Detailed Digit Barbershop Podcast. Conversation for it about the culture. It's season 2 right here. We back. We don't stop. Game time. We don't stop. We don't stop. Game time. We don't stop.
Yeah.
We don't stop. Game time. We
Right
don't stop.
there.
We don't stop.
Here.
Game time. We don't. You're now tuned into the Detailed Digit Podcast.
Good morning, everybody. What up? It's your boy Detail, of course, and I'm here this morning. Today is Wednesday the 16th, and it is a little after 7 o'clock. We're on that black time. CP time. Yeah, man. And
We're here.
You know, my brother. I got some special guests in the house with me tonight, this morning. So, yeah, what's going on, brothers? We got Bill and we got my boy Justin in the building. And it's Wellness Wednesday, man. We get wealthy Wednesday, get right Wednesdays, what it is Wednesdays, whatever it is that fits your bill this morning. I hope that you woke up this morning and you woke up on the right side of the bed. Because if you didn't, just waking up here is a blessing. So remember, you're still winning anywhere it go, you know. But we're gonna get right into it. I don't want to waste anyone's time. If you find value in this content, please like, subscribe, and share this with somebody. I'm Detailed, again, the barber. We're broadcasting live from South Crown Barbershop here in downtown area. And the guests I have in the house tonight are some intelligent brothers. One of them is a client of mine. And I'm going to be introducing their new show. They're going to be actually bringing the podcast. We're live to y'all today from, hold up real quick. Let me get rid of this it's noise. All right, there we go. So yeah, anyway. Man, hold up. Why are you tripping like that? If I go back, baby. All right, there we go. So what's up? What's the deal, bro? What's popping this morning, brother? How y'all doing? I see you're all sharp and dressed, looking like success. You know what I'm saying?
That's the work get up, man. But I mean, everything's great, man. Detail, like I always tell you every week, man, you're an inspiration to the community. And to have this opportunity to be able to share some insight on your platform, really like my mentor in a lot of things in life.
Right.
So it was only fitting, when you had asked if I would be able to come on the show, if I could, bring some great content. I was like, well, I can bring some really good content, but this dude here, he brings that foundation that my content's built on, man. So this is my brother Will Simmons, man. So
how y'all doing, man? It's 7 o'clock.
7. Yeah.
Detail, I gotta be real, man. Like, they told me to be at 7 in the morning, man. I thought you were good.
That's actually a little late. That's like, I started at 5.
He called me. He said, yeah, man, we're going to get it at 7 o'clock, man. The people want to hear it for real. And that's the kind of content we're going to bring. We're going to break down a lot of this legal situation. We're going to talk about the financial situation. We're going to do all of this good stuff. And we're going to bring it from the standpoint of love, and so people can break it down and understand it. We're going to get it at 7 o'clock. I'm like, that's right. You're going to get it at 7. So what you on my phone for at 6:30? His brother told me at 7 this morning. I said, oh, man. It's VIP time, but that's all right. Because he's a good man, and that's all love. So we'll be here for you.
With the object of the podcast lineup, man, I'm just trying to create a channel that we can kind of get everything that, our community needs, man, to uplift, to grow, to learn, to educate so that we can, get where we need to be going and essentially push action. We don't want to just be on here talking. We want to push people to action. We want to figure out at the end of the day, so what are we going to do about it? And I get that from Joe Madison, like, say what you want to say, but at the end of the day, what are you going to do about it? And a lot of us don't know what to do because we don't know.
True. So
especially for our Black and Brown community, who I like to speak to specifically a lot. A lot of us don't know a lot of us don't know that we don't know.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to create a situation where we can bring in educated brothers such as yourself, who know a lot about finance, educated brothers such as Bill, who can talk about, the law. Because a lot of us, because what is it saying about the law? Like ignorance of the law?
There's no defense.
It's no defense. We don't give a damn that you didn't know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we need to know, and knowing is everything. And I just appreciate you guys coming on here and sharing this platform with me and our audience, and just adding and help build to the change that we definitely need in these times.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I'm gonna adjust that camera.
Speak on. No, but like, I mean, the details saying, I mean, that's what I'm really looking to do on a weekly basis every Thursday, starting at 7 p.m. every Thursday. But what we're also going to want to do too is, bring in more detail, bring those topics that are more of the, I guess you could say, secular or pop culture, situations that we all talk about in the barbershop or talk about at the salon or just with our homeboys and homegirls, right? We want to bring those same topics, but apply, some education behind it, right? Provide that legal side of it, provide that finance side of it.
Especially excuse me, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Especially in how it pertains to Texas.
Absolutely.
Where we live. And, you know what I mean? So, because laws are different state by state.
Correct.
And we witness or we watch, observe legal matters going on in the country, things of that nature. And then the outcome is always going to be based on what's going on in that state. And so that same situation applied here in Texas may be different, may be worse, maybe, whatever the case may be. And so, but we don't know what that is.
Yeah.
And it's good to talk about the R. Kelly's, the drama, but more importantly is how can we learn from this drama?
Correct.
So
Some of the specifics, like I said, we still got an attorney's currency is his time and trade. So, but we're gonna put some of this out of love. But let me just give y'all one quick legal tidbit in terms of this other stuff.
Okay.
I deal in a lot of liberty advocacy. Some people refer to that as criminal defense, but I don't defend criminals. I defend liberties and the right to be free in the greatest country in the history of man. Now, specifically, though, if I just want to give you one term state to state, though, I mean, some people are a little confused. I don't understand why, right? But weed is not legal in Texas, and they can pass it whenever they want to do in Colorado. They can do what they want to do in Oregon.
Y'all
They
hear
can
that?
do what they want to do in Boston. But it ain't legal here. Now, I don't care what you do, okay? I'm real basic. I'm nobody's preacher. I'm the attorney. You get your 7 o'clock.
Hey,
Okay.
Listen. So we are implementing the swear jar. You know what I'm saying? I haven't pulled it out yet. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you gotta be profane to be profound.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So this is our podcast, this is our platform, and it's not like we don't know how to speak. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
But sometimes there's no better word to make somebody understand. And these times we ain't got time to be nice about things. We done with that. We just hit our 400th year of oppression.
True.
You know what I'm saying? What was it, 1619? So here we are. It's time. No more playing around. We're not taking shit no more, but we're not gonna take shit, but with the respects of being educated. We're not gonna make no more moves just off of whatever, because like you said, not knowing the law.
Ignorance is no defense. That's one of the things they're going to teach you on the first day of law school. But
That's true.
just
I'm
to wrap up
paraphrasing.
that point with the marijuana laws, that's one where a lot of folks get a little confused about it. Bottom line is it doesn't matter what's going on there. It's what's going on in Texas. And in Texas, it's still against the law down here. Now, I handle a lot of, drug cases. Like I said, I'm nobody's preacher. I'm your attorney. You get yourself in it. It's my job to get you out of it. And, but
What is some of the
views on that? But I do just want to give this little tidbit to some of the people. Let me be inspirational. Okay. If you just can't leave it alone, why don't you be the first one in your neighborhood? I know Texas is the greatest state, and the greatest country, and the greatest place, and the greatest planet that I'm aware of. That being said, why don't you save up and take a trip? Go, save up and take a trip. Go to Denver.
I don't know though, bro.
Go to Seattle. Go kick it.
But what about those people who are using this plant
Mhm.
to help with their back pain. They can't even go to Colorado. Can't afford to go to Colorado. You know what I'm saying? And they need that pain. They need that relief right now. And these pills are killing them, are making these problems worse. But according to the law.
Well, this is where this feeds specifically into the need for voting.
Exactly.
And voting real quick, because this is when we get into it. We deal with statutes. The legislature is currently in session. One thing that a lot of people know, I'm a law nerd. I'm a dork. He knows that. I don't do nothing but family stuff. I gave my whole life to this. I've been doing that since I was a young man. And so, we probably on the show, we're going to break down some of the more comedic legal situation we're dealing with since I was like 12. I came up with one of it.
Okay.
I thought somebody's going to text me. Y'all talking about R. Kelly.
Hey, y'all just now tuning in, man. Listen, y'all on all these platforms. It's your boy Detail Did It. I'm with Big Bill. I'm in here with Raymond. Mr. Millhouse, we discussing marijuana right now. So I got a question for you though, brother.
Yeah.
So I heard this, I don't know if this is true or not, that you can have up to on your person's 4 ounces of weed. Is that true?
It is not true. Here's what basically happened with that. The outgoing district attorney, they tried to set up a program where you could get a ticket. Okay, so they did make that attempt, and basically it didn't work out because they didn't know how to administer it or how to deal with it administratively. For example, bottom line is just always remember that the law is a tiered system. Okay, at the top of the pyramid, and I have to remind people this in court all the time, is what? What's the top document? The United States Constitution.
Oh, Constitution.
Let me. That's what I can do. Okay. But the top document is the United States Constitution. Okay. When you get down from the United States Constitution, then you get to the state constitution. Right. Then you can have local ordinances, so on and so forth. So bottom line is that in the state of Texas is against the law. Right. The statutes in the state of Texas would define that amount that you were saying would be classified as a Class B misdemeanor. You'd be facing up to 6 months in jail and up to a $2,000 fine. You're not going to get that, especially if you pick up the phone and call 872 law nerd. That being said, the main thing as it relates to the marijuana laws is they tried to implement a system where they were going to give people tickets on the spot. The sheriff's department wanted for them to just give you a ticket and basically say you don't have to answer in court. It would have to be a Class C misdemeanor. Okay. So to try to get around that, they tried to come out with some charge that people are still getting. Y'all call me with those, okay? But we snap those in court all the time. But specifically, they're talking about they were giving people a ticket for attempted marijuana possession.
Wait, what? Attempted?
There we go. Yeah. What is attempted marijuana possession? I've been in court with this argument, right? So attempted marijuana possession, but they were doing it with the idea of setting up that system for them being able to give you a ticket and you not having to come to court. Okay. And there's a lot of gray areas here and a lot of things that people come back. But to answer your question, no, it's not true.